بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Imam Abu Hatim al-Razi and also Abu Zura al-Razi, they mentioned وَالْقَدَرَ خَيْرُهُ وَشَرُّهُ مِنَ اللَّهِ. The Qadr, which is the preordained decree, the good of it and the evil of it is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Qadr Ikhwani, as we know that it is from the matters of al-Iman that one needs to believe in, from the matters of the ghaib, from the matters of the unseen. It is upon us to believe from the matters of the unseen that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us about, even though we haven't seen it with the eyes. Can anyone see the Qadr? The Lawh al-Mahfuz, the preserved tablet. Is anyone able to see that which is on there? Nobody can see this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has praised those who have believed in the unseen. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says a few ayahs later, أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَى هُدًى مِّن رَبِّهِمْ. Those that believe in the ghaib, in the unseen. Allah then says, أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَى هُدًى مِّن رَبِّهِمْ. These people are upon the guidance of their Lord. I skipped the ayah. Another. Huh? طيب. أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. And these people are successful. So the Qadr Ikhwani is something that is wajib upon a person to believe in. Imam al-Humaydi mentioned in his book before, As-Sunnah عندنا أن يؤمن الرجل بالقدر خير والشر. It is Sunnah. Does it mean the Sunnah like it is okay for someone to either do it or leave it? No, it is the type of Sunnah when it comes in the Kutub al-Aqaid that it is mandatory for a person to believe. That was in the book that we previously studied. طيب. It is from the Aqaid of Ahlul Sunnah that is wajib. And anyone that negates the Qadr after the proofs have come to him, then this is clear negation of the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly tells us in the Quran, إِنَّا كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقْنَاهُ بِقَدَرٍ. We have created everything with its qadr, with its preordained decree. وَخَلَقَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ وَقَدَّرَهُ تَقْدِيرًا. Also another ayah talks about the qadr. Naam. And also the hadith of Jibreel. What did the Prophet ﷺ say? أن تؤمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره. That the 6 pillars of al-Iman, one of them is what the person believes in the Qadr. And if anyone negates the Qadr, this person is not a Muslim. Someone says, طيب, I believe in Allah, but the Qadr is not part of the religion, this person is not a Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to us, وَمَا يَجْحَدُ بِآيَاتِنَا إِلَّا الْكَافِرُونَ. Nobody negates our ayat except that he's a kafir. Abdullah ibn Umar, Ikhwani, Abdullah ibn Umar. Look at the statement of Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhu. And this shows you the importance of al-Aqeedah. If a person is committing the best of the ibadat, qiyamul layl, laylan, every single layl, every single night he's praying qiyamul layl. He's spending all his money in sadaqah. He prays, mashallah, his prayer is intact. He knows the fiqh inside out. فقه الشافعية, فقه الحنابلة, فقه الحنفية, فقه المالكية. He knows all the schools of thought.
Is this a statement?
No, I'm just saying. No, that's not a statement. If a person believes in all these matters and he perfects his ibadat, but his aqeedah is messed up, it doesn't benefit him at all. Pay attention, look what he mentioned. لو أن لأحدكم مثل أحد ذهبا. If any of you lot had a mountain of gold. If any of you lot had a mountain of gold. Like Uhud. Uhud, Ikhwani, takes 3-4 hours to climb. It's a very big mountain. If any of you had like Uhud in gold, ثُمَّ أَنْفَقَهُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Then he got that gold that he has, that is the size of Uhud, and he spent it in charity, sadaqah. In the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, مَا قَبِلَ اللَّهُ مِنْهُ حَتَّى يُؤْمِنَ بِالْقَدَرِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala won't accept it from him until he believes in the Qadr. Until he believes in the Qadr. Abdullah ibn Umar. Statement of Abdullah ibn Umar. If one had like a mountain of gold, like Uhud, then he gave it in charity, nothing will be accepted from him حتى يؤمن بالقدر, until he believes in the Qadr. This is one aspect of Aqeedah. And then today someone comes and says to us that Aqeedah is not written in the Quran. Where's Aqeedah in the Quran? Abdullah ibn Umar in Sahih Muslim. Exactly. So if a person, wallahi, that's the people that I know in Hadramaut, in Yemen, where I used to study, they'll tell you the madhahib inside out. Day and night, the ibadah, they're constantly making tasbih. But at the same time, they'll go to the grave and do grave worshipping. So nothing gets accepted from this person. Because what? He's committed shirk. Or he's disbelieved in some of the aspects of al-Aqeedah that are clearly mentioned in the Quran. Is that clear, Ikhwan? So you have the adillah. طيب. One cannot believe in the Qadr until he believes in four matters. One cannot truly believe in al-Qadr until he believes in four matters. Do you want to read it, Abdullah? Read it.
Allah created all things, He knew their fate, He ordered the pen to record everything happens by the will of Allah.
طيب, we're going to come on to that, inshallah. But it's also mentioned in the Hashiyah, at the bottom of page 10, these aspects of Al-Qadr. But I'm going to go into it in much detail. So one cannot believe in Al-Qadr until he believes in four matters. And brothers, pay attention here. Pay attention here. The first one, the ilm of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew before it happened. That's point number one. And this one you find under this one, the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, put 4 points. 4 bullet points. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew that which took place before it took place. So past tense. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows before it takes place. And there were people in the time of Abdullah ibn Umar that negated this. There were people in the time of Abdullah ibn Umar that negated this. Humayd ibn al-Humayri, rahimahullah ta'ala, was from the tremendous of the tabi'een. They went out, him and another tabi'i, they went out, hajin or mu'tamirin. Hajin or mu'tamirin. They said, if we meet any of the Sahaba, we're going to ask them about this matter. So they saw Abdullah ibn Umar when they went out to Hajj. They said to him, Inna unasan يفتقرون العلم. There's people that pursue knowledge. يزعمون أن الأمر أنف. They claim that the Amr is unuf, meaning, this ibara means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't know until it takes place. So me dropping this paper I have in my hand, I'm dropping it right now. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't know it's going to get dropped until after I drop it. So He doesn't know before it actually takes place. So Abdullah ibn Umar, he mentions, tell these people, أني بريء منهم وأنهم براء مني. Tell these people, I'm free from them and they're free from me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, second point, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that which is taking place right now. So present tense. What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? أَلَمْ تَرَ أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَعْلَمُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ مَا يَكُونُ مِن نَجْوَى ثَلَاثَةٍ إِلَّا هُوَ رَابِعُهُمْ. Never is there a group of 3 people talking except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the 4th one. وَلَا خَمْسَةٍ إِلَّا هُوَ سَادِسُهُمْ. Never there's a group of 5 that are speaking, na'am, in secret, except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the 6th person. Or the 6th one. No. Surah? No, that's in Surah Al-Mujadilah. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, أَلَمْ تَرَ أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَعْلَمُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ أَلَمْ تَرَ أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَعْلَمُ مَا فِي السَّمَاءِ وَالْأَرْضِ. And do you not know, and do you not see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that which is in the heavens and the earth? So there's nothing that takes place except that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. طيب. Third point, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that which is going to take place in the future. Inna Allah indahu ilmu as-sa'ah. Is there anyone that knows what's going to take place in the future? Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. Inna Allah indahu ilmu as-sa'ah wa yunazzilu al-ghayth. He sends down the rain. He knows when it's coming down, the rain. Wa ya'lamu ma fil arham. He knows that which is in the womb. Well, whether she's going to have a boy or a girl, before any of these doctors know. وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ مَاذَا تَكْسِبُ غَدًا. And nobody knows that which is going to happen tomorrow. وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ بِأَيِّ أَرْضٍ تَمُوتُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلِيمٌ خَبِيرٌ. And nobody knows when they are going to die. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the Alimun Khabir. Inna Allah Alimun Khabir. Fourth point. Hypothetically speaking, if something was going to happen, how this would take place. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يعلم ما كان وما يكون وما سيكون وما لم يكن لو كان كيف يكون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that which is going to take place. Yani, if something was going to take place, how this would take place. If something was going to take place, how this would take place. Hypothetically speaking. And the proof of this is a statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَلَوْ تَرَى إِذْ وُقِفُوا عَلَى النَّارِ. And when you see the people when they are in front of the fire, Surah Al-An'am, فَقَالُوا يَا لَيْتَنَا نُرَدُّ وَلَا نُكَذِّبِ آيَاتِ رَبِّنَا وَنَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Some people, they will say, woe to us. If only we could return and we wouldn't reject the ayat and we would be believers. What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? بَلْ بَدَى لَهُمْ مَا كَانُوا يُخْفُونَ مِنْ قَبْلِ. Now it has become apparent to them that which they used to hide before. وَلَوْ رُدُّوا لَعَادُوا لِمَا نُهُوا عَنْهُ. And if they were to go back, they would just basically carry on from where they left off. Are these people going to go back? Are these people going to go back? On Yawm al-Qiyamah when everything has been judged. Nobody's going to go back. Allah says, if they were to go back, they would carry on doing the which they used to do. Even though that's not something that's going to happen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already knows that if it was going to happen, what these people would do.
Which surah was it?
Surah Al-An'am. Is that clear? بل بدا لهم ما كانوا يخفون منه ولو ردوا لعادوا لما نهوا عنه. If they were to go back, they would just carry on from where they left off.
Is this the belief of Mu'tazila as well, that Allah does not know the action?
We're going to come on to that. Otherwise the people are going to... طيب. The second aspect of Al-Qadr, Kitabah. Everything that takes place in this universe is written down. Everything that takes place in this universe is written down. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentioned, كتب الله المقادير والخلائق قبل أن يخلق السماوات والأرض ب50,000 سنة. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wrote everything that takes place within the creation. And He preordained everything 50,000 years before the heavens and the earth were created. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the pen, He said to the pen, Uktub. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the pen, write. أول ما كتب الله سبحانه وتعالى القلم فقال له اكتب. He told the pen to write down. So the pen said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فماذا أكتب? Again, the point that we was mentioning in the previous lesson. Does the pen have a tongue and a thing? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the pen speak. طيب. So the pen says to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what shall I write down? He said to him, اكتب ما هو كائن إلى قيام الساعة وما يجري إلى قيام الساعة. Write down everything that's going to take place until the day of judgment.
Was Jibreel alayhi salam in existence during that time, what you're talking about now, when he told the pen to write?
Allahu Alam. But that's the time when the because they say, there's a dispute regarding whether the pen was the first thing or the arsh? This hadith, he said, إِنَّ أَوَّلْ مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ سُبْحَانَهُ وَتَعَالَى الْقَلَمِ. The first thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created was the pen. طيب. But he says in another hadith, وَكَانَ عَرْشُهُ عَلَى الْمَاءِ. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created everything, His arsh was already what? On top of the water. So the ulama differed. Was it a pen, the first thing that was created, or was it the arsh? طيب. But the rajih is that arsh was already there, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the pen and told the pen to write. So from the apparent is that what? This was before there was any creation at all. But Allahu a'lam. But Allahu a'lam, I'll definitely check on that. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best.
If it was known, if it was true that Jibreel he wasn't created while the pen was created, and then that's an evidence that Allah speaks, because then if Allah spoke to the pen, where's Jibreel at that time?
طيب, نعم. And the other thing we have to know as well, نعم, that لا نبي مرسل ولا ملك مقرب knows what's in the Lawh al-Mahfud. It is the preserved tablet that nobody will come close to knowing what's inside there. Only specific to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. في كتاب, what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say in the end of Surah Al-A'la? في لوح محفوظ. طيب, في كتاب مكنون. طيب, so everything is written down. After the issue, inshallah, we'll check on it. نعم, but every single thing is written down. And also, what did the Prophet ﷺ say? وَلَوْ اجْتَمَعَتِ الْإِنسُ وَالْجِنُّ عَلَىٰ أَنْ يَنْفَعُوكَ بِشَيْءٍ لَنْ يَنْفَعُوكَ بِشَيْءٍ إِلَّا مَا قَدْ كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَكَ. If the jinn and the ins were to come together to try and benefit you in something, they wouldn't be able to benefit you except from that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wrote down for you. وَلَئِنِ اجْتَمَعَتِ الْإِنسُ وَالْجِنُّ عَلَىٰ أَنْ يَضُرُّوكَ بِشَيْءٍ لَنْ يَضُرُّوكَ بِشَيْءٍ إِلَّا مَا قَدْ كَتَبَهُ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكَ. And if they were to come together to try and harm you or bring harm towards you, they wouldn't be able to do that until what? Except that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wrote down. رُفِعَتِ الْأَقْلَامُ وَجَفَّتِ الصَّحَفُ. How many times has this happened? That people, and I've seen it with my own eyes, back in Jahiliyyah, I remember in Leicester, there was a lot of fighting between the black Africans and also the Somali people. This was before I went to Yemen. So at a time, I remember there was a lot of Somali brothers, they were standing outside a guy's house. That time even someone got stabbed, his intestine came out, a Somali brother, a couple of years back. Ala kullin, there was war between them. Here in Highfields, everyone was running around. You know what Upland School is? I remember they were running around there. These guys would chase each other. Then there's someone chasing. The whole point is there was a time when everybody was standing at the door of this guy, waiting for him to come back. The guy's on tag. Everybody knows he's coming home, what? At 7 o'clock. So for the last hour and a half, everyone was just standing around this house. You're most likely to say to yourself, "Akhi, this guy is getting battered today." Everyone's standing around this house, ikhwan. What happened? All of a sudden, out of the blue, the guy comes, he slips under everyone and he goes in his house. Drops his bike and he goes in his house. The whole point is, if the jinn and the ins, I'm not saying the jinn and the ins, they came together to harm this guy, but if people were to plot, and they were trying to make plans and everything to harm someone, and it's not written down, they wouldn't be able to do so. That wasn't a hadith. The hadith of Ibn Abbas, yes. And in the end of the hadith says, رُفِعَتِ الْأَقْلَامُ وَجَفَّتِ الصَّحَفُ. The pens have been raised and the scrolls have been dried. The third aspect, ikhwan, Mashi'a. The will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing takes place in this universe. Nothing takes place in this universe except by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا أَنْ يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, وَرَبُّكَ يَخْلُقُ مَا يَشَاءُ وَيَخْتَارُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your Lord, He chooses what He wants and He wills wherever He wants. ذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ يُؤْتِيهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives favors upon whoever He wills. قُلِ اللَّهُمَ مَالِكَ الْمُلْكِ تُؤْتِي الْمُلْكَ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتَنْزِعُ الْمُلْكَ مِمَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتُعِزُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتُذِلُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ بِيَدِكَ الْخَيْرُ. And say, O Muhammad, قُلِ اللَّهُمَ مَالِكَ الْمُلْكِ, that the mulk, the kingdom is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He gives the mulk, the kingdom, to whoever He wants. He takes it away from whoever He wants. He honors whoever He wants and He humiliates anyone He wants. بِيَدِكَ الْخَيْرِ, and everything, all the good is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is that clear? So pay attention. The first one is what? Ilm of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Second, kitaba. Everything is written down. Third, nothing takes place except by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
What surah was that?
What?
The ayah that you just read.
قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ مَالِكَ الْمُلْكِ, Surah Al-Imran. The fourth one, ikhwan, al-khalq, that every single thing has been created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has created you and He has created your actions as well. Third one is mashia. Nothing takes place in this universe except by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Mashia. Will. The fourth one is what? Al-khalq. Everything has been created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you and your actions as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَاللَّهُ خَلَقَكُمْ مَا تَعْمَلُونَ. Pay attention to this one as well, because there's something going to come after it that is directly connected to this. وَاللَّهُ خَلَقَكُمْ مَا تَعْمَلُونَ. Are you with me, Adnan, yeah? طيب. Allah has created you and He has created your actions as well. طيب. We just mentioned now that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created everything. Allahu khaliqu kulli shay. طيب. And we mentioned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the actions of a person. So can I say now, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created me and my actions, I have no choice whatsoever. Whatever I do is the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I am like a feather in the middle of the wind. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if I go into the shop and I steal the prawn cocktails, Walker's Crisp, it is what? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created my actions. When I do zina with my girlfriend, or when I kill, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created my actions. Can I blame the Qadr for what I do? So how do we put this together? Or some of the example that the ulama they bring, is like a dead man. You know, a dead man that's being washed at his funeral. Before his funeral, what happens? A man is washed, isn't it? يغسل. طيب. When you put his hand up, does he have any choice? You drop his hand drops. You put his leg up, his leg drops. طيب. So this person are like a dead person between the hands of those who are washing him. So does that mean, brothers, that I'm like a feather in the middle of the wind? I have no choice whatsoever? No. Rather, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has affirmed for me mashi'ah. I have the will to do whatever I want. لِمَنْ شَاءَ مِنْكُمْ أَنْ يَسْتَقِيمُ. From whoever amongst you wants to be upon the correct path, he has the ability, Allah mentions. لِمَنْ شَاءَ مِنْكُمْ أَنْ يَسْتَقِيمُ.
And that will is also written down.
Huh?
That will is also written down.
نعم. نعم. So لمن شاء منكم أن يستقيم وما تشاءون إلا أن يشاء الله. Here the point is that a person has a will. As for blaming the Qadr, this statement, okay, I am stealing because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala written it down for me, is similar to the statements of the mushrikeen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells about the mushrikeen, وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ أَشْرَكُوا لَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ مَا أَشْرَكْنَا وَلَا أَبَاؤُنَا. The mushriks, they say, if it wasn't for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, us and our fathers, we wouldn't have done shirk. What did they do? They blamed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this statement, make sure you write this down, ikhwan, it is similar to the statements of the mushriks. Blaming the Qadr, that's what they did. They blamed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the shirk they did, and the shirk of their aba, their fathers. I'm not sure. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, سيقول الذين أشركوا لو شاء الله ما أشركنا ولا آباؤنا ولا حرمنا من شيء كذلك كذب الذين من قبلهم. And we wouldn't have made anything unlawful. Similar ayah to the first one that we mentioned. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells that they're liars. And that's in Surah Al-An'am. Second ayah is in Surah Al-An'am. سيقول الذين أشركوا لو شاء الله. And also a statement that we hear all the time. Someone that has totally lost hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's been doing zina for 40 years. He's been doing evil. He says, Khalas, I am going to the fire. I am going to the fire. We say to this person, Ya akhi, how do you know that you're going to the fire? How do you know what is your abode or where you're going to be ending up? Have you heard this statement before? Someone saying, Khalas, wallahi, akhi, that's it, I'm from the people of the fire. I've been doing sin all my life. There's no going back for me. End of. What happened to the one that killed 99? He went to the rabbi said to him, akhi, nothing. You can't do anything. Khalas, you're finished. Made it into 100. Went to the sheikh told him what? Make hijrah. So there's always hope for a person. And also the Prophet ﷺ told us, Inna rajula, and this hadith is important. This hadith is important. Inna rajula la ya'malu bi'amali ahli an-nar. A man, he keeps doing the actions of the people of the fire. حتى ما يكون بينه وبين النار إلا ذراع. Until there's only a arm span, between him and the fire. فَيَعْمَلُ بِعَمَلِ أَهْلِ الْجَنَّةِ فَيَدْخُلُهَا. So one can be doing sin all his life, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him hidayah. At the end of his life, what happens? He enters into Jannah. So we say to this person, how do you know where you're going? The Prophet ﷺ mentioned another hadith, مَا مِن نَفْسٍ مَنْفُوسَةٍ إِلَّا وَقَدْ كَتَبَ اللَّهُ مَكَانَهَا فِي الْجَنَّةِ وَفِي النَّارِ. There's not a nafs that breathes, except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written whether he's going to be from the people of the fire or from the people of the Jannah. So a man said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, أَفَلَا نَمْكُثُ عَلَى كِتَابِنَا وَنَدَعَ الْعَمَلِ. Shall we not just totally depend on that which has been written down and leave off all actions, leave off doing anything? This is a statement of a man in the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Shall we not just totally rely on that which has been written down and just leave off actions? No, the Prophet ﷺ said, اِعْمَلُوا فَكُلُّ مُيَسِّرٍ لِمَا خُلِقَ لَهُ. Perform. And anyone who's easy for him to do something, it will become easy for him to do that particular action. So if you're from the people of the fire, you'll be going in the direction of the people of the fire. But you don't know. And it's upon you to take every single sabab of being on the straight path. And you have the choice to do so, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned to us. Which part? Okay, طيب. A man said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, أَفَلَا نَمْكُثُ عَلَى كِتَابِنَا وَنَدَعَ الْعَمَلِ. Shall we not just totally depend on that which has been written down and leave of the actions? After the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him what? There's not a nafs, a soul, except it has been written down for him if he's going to be from the people of the fire or the people of the Jannah. So the man said, Khalas, wallahi, then you might as well, just totally depend and just chill and not do anything. No, but the Prophet ﷺ said to him, perform, i'malu, do actions. طيب. We mentioned what that person has a choice. When you are now driving, you're driving, mashallah, abiding by the law, 30 miles per hour. Forget 30 miles, you're driving at 20 miles per hour because you don't want to go over the speed limit. You're taking all the asbab to drive properly. You're not driving recklessly. You get into an accident. You have the choice to stop yourself from getting into an accident. We just mentioned now what? That the amal, one has a choice. One has the choice to do whatever he wants. You just got into an accident. Majority of those that get into an accident, do they ever choose to get into the accident? Okay, when a dog now comes running behind you and you flinch, you have the choice to stop yourself from flinching or not. Huh? We got an ikhtilaf in the house here. Should we do intikhabat? Voting. Astaghfirullah. على كل. the ikhtiyar, the will is split into two. The will is split into two. Ikhtiyari and also ittirari. Someone that does an action out of choice, and when one is compelled to do something. The amal is split into two. Amalun ikhtiyari wa amalun ish ittirari.
Voluntary and involuntary.
You could say that, however you want to put it. My English is sometimes not the best. Ittirari. Ittirar means comes from the word darura. Ittirari. When something happens and a person is compelled to do it.
What was the other one?
Ikhtiyari, when someone does something out of choice. So when a dog comes and he barks behind you and runs behind you and you flinch, you don't have the choice to do anything. And likewise when you get into an accident and you've taken all the asbab and things like that. When you hear the adhan, brothers, yeah? You hear the adhan being called, one has the choice to either accept the call or what? Turn away. To carry on playing whatever he's playing with, or to what? Attend the salat. In this case, do we say this person is ittirari or what? Or we say his thing is ikhtiyari? We say it's a matter of what? Choice. So this is what Ahlul Sunnah. Some of them they say what? Like the Qadariyah or the Mujabbirah. Naam. That one is forced. There's from them that negate the Qadr. طيب. And inshallah next we will move on to it further. طيب. One is forced to do actions. One is called, they call the Jabariyah. Sorry, why did I say Mujabbirah? The Jabariyah. The Jabariyah. Huh? يعني, under the umbrella of Al-Qadari, you find different. You find some of them, they say that the ibad is majboor. Like the Jabariyah. It comes from the word majboor, jabara. If I say, أنا أجبرت أنس أن يقوم أمام المسجد, I force Anas to stand outside the masjid. Comes from the word Jabariyah. Jabar comes from, يعني Jabariyah comes from the word Jabar. طيب. If I say Fulan majboor, Fulan is like majboor, meaning he is forced to do something. So these people, they say what? That one is forced. One is forced to do all these actions because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created him and his actions. But we mentioned what that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala affirms. What? The ikhtiyar and the mashiyah to the ibad. He has the ability to do whatever he wants. Is it ma'qul, ikhwan? Is it ma'qul? Huh? If I put someone now on a cliff, does he have the choice to either move away or to chuck himself off? Does anyone ever stand in front of the cliff saying, Khalas, ana majboor, I'm being thrown off the cliff, and he's walking himself? Nobody ever says that. طيب. And this part is very, very important, ikhwan, so pay attention. And brothers, we're going to be now speaking about the atheists as well. Sometimes you have to understand, some of our Muslim brothers, طيب, they have been afflicted by the doubts of the atheists. Why? Because they have come from the angle of what? Intellect. With intellectual examples. If a person doesn't believe in the Quran and the Sunnah, then it will be difficult for him to understand the issue of Al-Qadr. So you have to firstly believe that the Prophet ﷺ speaks the truth. And one sign of prophecy, and inshallah ta'ala one time I want to do a series of the signs of prophecy. And I want to do a whole series of atheists and things like that and record it. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it easy. Naam. You have to make a person understand, this Muslim, that what the Prophet ﷺ is saying is the truth. And bring him intellectual examples or things that have taken place. What did the Prophet ﷺ tell us in Hadith Jibreel? When he said, or when Jibreel said to the Prophet ﷺ, أخبرني عن إماراتها. Tell me of the signs of the hour. وأن تلد الأمة ربتها وأن ترى الحفاة العراة العالة الرعاء الشاء يتطاولون بالبنيان. Where you find barefooted Bedouins competing in buildings. When did the Prophet ﷺ mention this hadith? Can anyone tell me? Approximately when? 1400 years ago, sah? Brothers, you know in Dubai, 60 years ago or 70 years ago, all these buildings that we find now, none of it was there. It was what? Mere sand and desert. And sometimes if you go speak to some of the Arabs from that time, who are doing, they'll speak to you in such a way where you think that these people, wallahi, they're a few years behind. Only when they found out this petrol, they started buildings and things like that, and some of them are now competing in buildings and etc. The Prophet ﷺ told us 1400 years ago. Any guy you ask him how was Dubai 60 years ago, he'll tell you exactly the same thing. سواء كان كافرا or Musliman, whether this guy's a kafir or a Muslim. So you tell him the Prophet ﷺ said 1400 years ago, there's a chain of narration ila an-Nabi ﷺ. So you can make a person understand the Prophet ﷺ spoke the truth and he only speaks the truth.